30 years and counting. This is Okanagan Sun Football with Ryan Waters.
It's the second half of the home and home for the 3-0 Okanagan Sun as they travel to Nanaimo to play the Vancouver Island Raiders. With their 27-19 win at the Apple Bowl, the Sun snapped the Raiders' 25-game winning streak and beat the Raiders for the first time since 2008. Sun head coach Pete McCall says this was one of the biggest wins in his coaching career.
I really never thought about it, but yeah, it's got to be up there, I think. You know, did some good things in high school, but yeah, to beat a two-time defending national champ in your home park on a winning streak like that is it's something that we're proud of here. And you know, we know it wasn't a Canadian championship, but it was good for our team's morale and for all of us. You know, we all took a deep breath after that.
Think back to that game. Was there one play that kind of defined the game?
Well, I think there's a time or two there where Bobby shrugged off the sack and ran and threw and I think we saw the Bobby Davis that we had been talking about. We've been waiting to see him unleash on everybody, and I think that was a big thing. I think that catch that Matt made, he took that ball away from a defender. I think that was something special too. And you know, I've seen it on other teams before. Your guys, they start stepping up and making it happen themselves, and that's what we saw in a couple of guys like that, and there were many others too. So yeah, it's a good thing.
The defense bent, but they didn't really break. You got to be happy with those guys.
Boy, that fourth quarter was pretty wild and woolly there. I think they were over our end about 5 times. They're pressing to score at the end, and the defense held up. And I was actually physically shaking on the sidelines there. Coach Gamboris could see it. Hadn't felt like that since we were in Nanaimo in the semifinals last year. So yeah, it was a little too much for the senses.
Yeah, back-to-back games against the Raiders. Do you still have a few tricks up your sleeve? You didn't throw everything at them?
Well, you know, I probably wouldn't tell you that on the air, but we pride ourselves on just doing things right, and there were a lot of mistakes, things that we could execute better. And I know I sound like a broken record, but that's what we're going to go in there. We're going to look to improve on our execution, and then hopefully see some other guys step up that we know are capable.
2 new faces in the Sun organization now. The addition of Dave Allen and also Brandon Donkers from Ontario. You've seen them for a couple practices.
Yeah, they fit right in right away, and I saw Donkers making some nice carries in scout offense, and Big Allen there, he's hard to miss. He looks like a football player, and he was right into our offense right away. And I think they're going to come along this weekend and get an opportunity to impress in a game situation.
One of the many standouts of the game last week was quarterback Bobby Davis. He finished 15 of 25 for over 300 yards and 2 touchdown passes. It was his ability to bounce off tacklers and scramble to buy extra time that was very impressive in the Sun win. Bobby says the game was as exciting to play as it was to watch.
Oh, definitely, right down to the last minute of the game. They were down in our red zone, and we just had to keep fighting for it. And everybody was, I could barely even watch at the end of the game there. So, it was definitely, real good excitement on the sidelines there, and then even on the field.
What was the key to the game? Was it more defensive, more offensive? What do you think?
I think we just had to go out there, even special teams. We execute a bit better on all aspects of the game, but I think everybody needed to put in their hard work, and that's what we did all week at practice, and everybody just had to, give it their best, and it paid off.
You have the Raiders back-to-back for the first time in, I think, BCF's history that the league has gone to this. Do you like the fact that it's back-to-back?
Yes and no. It's after the outcome of this game. Yes, just because we set some dominance there and showed that we're ready to compete for championship. So the bigger games of the year. So kind of get them out of the way, but at the same time maybe a couple. Would have been nice to space them apart a bit more. But no, it's what we got. So we're gonna deal with it.
What have you guys been working on this week in practice?
Basically, just little stuff, mistakes we made on the weekend. Watch the film on Sunday, and just improving on the stuff we did really execute properly, and the stuff we know that we can get them on this weekend.
You go into Nanaimo on Saturday. How tough is it to play at Caledonia Park?
I've actually only ever been on the sidelines there when we've gone down there, but not the best facility. Just the environment there is completely different than the Apple Bowl. But again, we got to just go down there. We got to perform regardless of what the conditions are.
The Vancouver Island Raiders are coming off their first loss since August of 2008. They have a chance for redemption immediately as they host the Sun at Caledonia Park on Saturday. Head coach Matt Blocker was disappointed with the outcome of last weekend.
Well, at the end of the day, you always feel that you should win games, but the outcome is the outcome. They outplayed us, outworked us, and they were the better team, and they outcoached us. So you put all that together, they deserve the win, and we deserve the loss.
In that second half of the football game, do you think Jordan Liance started to be able to pick apart that defense?
Well, I thought the second half of the game, he played all right. There's still some errors that we made and we didn't capitalize. And the part I was happy and proud of is the way our defense played in the second half. It gave us ample opportunities, and we got to take advantage of those if you want to beat a good football team. And and we didn't, but credit to them.
What's been the theme at practice this week?
Well, I think right now we're a pretty humble team, right? And which we deserve to be. So working hard and work ethic and intensity and making sure everybody's in pads, and whoever was in pads this week's going to play. So we're kind of changing attitude a little bit this week, and also, you lose. You hope your pride steps in, and I really feel it is with this team.
Did you hold any cards back for this week, after all it is a back-to-back?
Well, for us, it's, we look at it, it's, when you play back-to-back and you lose the first one, then, you got to let everything loose and do whatever you can to win that game. And once again, to me, it's all about having pride, and our pride and our backs are against the wall, and hopefully we come out with a better effort.
Well, who needs to have a big game for a victory?
Well, for our team, it's got to be everybody. We're not really that one guy team, that people have thought we've been in the past, and everyone's got to play a little bit better, and it starts with our offensive line and our defensive line, and and works from there. And from what I see at practice so far, I like the efforts there, and then we need Jordan Yance offensively to have a better game, and we got to make some plays for him in the run game and catch a few balls as well.
It's the biggest game of the season, take two, as the Sun and Raiders kick off at 4 p.m. at Caledonia Park in Nanaimo. Catch the play-by-play live on AM 1150 or right here at OkanaganSun.ca. Until next time, I'm Ryan Waters.